right, sweet. Mia. 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 Mia!
What?
It's time to start the show. Welcome to Sports Ball, the best and only show about sports culture. I'm your host, Tyler Coe, with my co-host, Mia Khalifa. I was going to say joined by. You're here every week.
I hate it when you do that.
You're here every week.
It makes me feel so replaceable.
It's habit. It's habit from my old radio days. Yes, you are always here. I'm a host. You're a host. We're co-hosts for each other.
We're co-parenting a show.
Yes, we are. The show is Sports Ball. Today we are talking about college football. We are talking about Urban Meyer and his memory. We have to discuss what happened in Jacksonville on Sunday. But first, I want to talk about your weekend. And then we're going to play a brand new game to start the show. But first, I always want to know what you're up to. You're such an interesting person, the life you live on Instagram. You're one of those people on Instagram that is actually living a life, not the stupid Instagram models that are like
fake living a life?
They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything. They have cuck boyfriends that take pictures of them, and that's it.
On yachts. Yeah. No, I have a self-timer and dogs.
Yeah.
And this weekend I utilized both because I did a photo shoot. Just one this weekend. And
just one photo shoot?
Last weekend I had
photo
two.
shoot?
Shut
Last weekend I had 2 photo shoots.
Shut up.
This was an easy weekend.
But then I finished 2 entire shows, and I'm so fucking excited about them.
What shows?
I finished The Sinner, where I got to watch Jessica Biel get railed by 2 guys, and I watched...
Time out, don't move on. What is this show?
It's called
sinning?
The Sinner.
Is that what she's doing? She's sinning with 2 guys?
Everything she does is sinning, according to her mother. Like eating chocolate is sinning. But at one point in the show, she's doing drugs in a basement, and her sister with Hodgkin's lymphoma, or something like that, I don't know. I was distracted by the part where Jessica Biel gets railed by 2 guys. She's having sex on a couch next to her while Jessica Biel is on the floor having sex. And, I mean...
All right, you've sold me on this show. There's a lot going on. I don't think it's a show. I think it's porn. I don't know if that's...
There's no porn on Netflix.
What you just described to me sounds like porn.
I'm describing 5 minutes out of an entire series.
At first, Jessica Biel's getting railed by 2 guys, and then she walks into the basement, and her sister's getting railed, and then she's getting railed on the floor.
Yeah, there's a lot of murder involved, too.
There's a mom involved. This sounds like something that would be up Ted Cruz's alley. He's into the incest stuff. Okay, so we're watching Sinner,
the sisters do make out.
Which I got to take notes. Sinner.
ER.
All day.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Railed. And then × 2.
Railed ×2.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all you did. That's all you did.
That's literally all I did for the rest of it. And I packed.
You know what? That bothers me.
Why?
Because we had sports this weekend. We had Rice playing football. We had other teams playing football. This is a sports show. We're supposed to talk about it. I get it. Jessica Biel getting railed by 2 dudes. Yes, that is a good excuse. However, we have to, talk about sports and watch sports. That bothers me. And we're going to play a new game called Hot and Bothered.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to talk about things that get us hot. Clearly, Jessica Biel getting railed by 2 dudes. And things that bother you, like you watching that instead of watching college football, because now we can't talk about this past weekend.
I watched the Miami game, and then it sucked, and I turned it off.
What Miami game?
Miami was playing some...
That's a classic. You can't keep watching classic games. You can't keep doing it. You have to watch the present day game.
This was on Saturday.
Miami didn't play this Saturday.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did not.
They did.
Who did they play?
I have the update on my phone.
They didn't play anybody.
Yes, they did.
The Miami Hurricanes played who?
I don't remember. It was some stupid school.
Somebody fucking check this for me real
help
quick.
me
Nick,
out.
can you check this for me real quick?
Yeah.
Just go to ESPN Miami's schedule.
Their first game Saturday, the 1st.
Yeah, they're playing LSU. I don't know what you watched.
That is the season opener.
What did you watch?
Well, I didn't really watch it. I got the push notification. I opened up the game
Oh my fucking
stream.
God. It probably would. This is ridiculous. You are so off your game right now. I am bothered by you. I'm bothered by you right now. We're a sports show, and you're calling phantom games.
Do you know what it is?
What is it, Mia?
It's the fact that Willie Taggart is my coach, and it has my spirit and love for college football just totally dead.
Totally dead.
I'm not excited.
Okay, we need to get you excited, all right? That also bothers me.
Can you get me a new coach?
I can't get you a new coach. No. I can show you some other things that'll make you excited, though. All right, so let's dive into this real quick. What else has you hot and bothered, Mia?
Adrian Peterson overhype. That has me bothered, not hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Adrian Peterson is going to be a good thing for the Redskins, which,
I
by
think
the
it's
way, he
fucking
just went to.
preseason.
I think it's a good fit for him.
It's so weird to see him in that uniform.
Darius Guice, he goes down with, I think, what it was, an ACL tear or something like that.
ACL.
which
At
is-
first, he didn't think it was. Like, he's, not to name drop, but he's a friend. So I texted him and I was like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to make sure everything was okay the moment it happened. And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, it's nothing. It's just like a twist. Like, I'm walking just fine. And then the next day I get a push notification that it's a torn fucking ACL.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
You hate when that happens. What bothers me when it comes to that is I feel that in the preseason, starters should only play, and depending upon the starter, maybe one down.
Yeah.
Tony Romo didn't need to play at all against the Seahawks when he got hurt.
But
there was
the
no
thing
point
about,
to it.
The thing about ACL is it's so non-contact. Like, he could have done it, you know, fucking in the locker room trying to dodge someone walking
No,
in
it is.
his
However,
direction.
I'd rather him do it during an actual game that matters.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
At this point, you're playing like the butterfly effect.
No, yeah, exactly. Well, I play it close to the vest, like Saquon Barkley for the Giants. First run of the preseason, first carry for him in the NFL. What does he do? 39 yards to the sideline? That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Get him off the fucking field. He's fine. Can he run the football? Yes, he can. In fact, for the running back position, and an argument could be made that that position translates very well, not translates, that position transitions so well into the NFL, they don't need to play any downs in the preseason. Running backs coming out of college, the good ones at least, and even ones that we don't really see coming, they can go into the pro game immediately. And it's an easy science with running backs. They have a finite amount of carries in them. I'm not wasting any on preseason fucking football. Yeah, the running back I drafted, I know he can run the football. Did Saquon even need to play one down in preseason?
Absolutely not.
Why would he play even one down? You know he can run the football. You see it in practice. It's not like the first time he did it. I know you want to get him big game experience. That guy has big game experience.
Yeah.
That has me bothered. That was a
has me
long
bothered.
bothered right there. Give me something you're hot on.
I'm hot on John Tavares.
John Tavares.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a
He's a hockey player.
He's a hockey player.
Wait, I know. I saw this. I know that logo. It is the Toronto Maple Leafs. I didn't need to read that.
It says it. It's not a logo when it says it.
I didn't need to read it, but it's there. I know the Maple Leafs. I know that Toronto is not good. I know that Toronto, check this out, blow your mind. And for all our hockey fans out there who think I don't pay attention, been doing my research. I have learned that the Toronto Maple Leafs used to be one of the prouder teams in Canada. In fact, you could almost say that they're the Browns and that they haven't won a title since the 60s, correct?
Yeah.
Hockey, in your fucking face, hockey fans.
Congratulations.
I know shit.
Name one player not Tavares on that team. Ever on that team. Ever.
You know what has me hot? The Oakland A's. The Oakland A's have me hot. I'm taking it to baseball.
I'll let you do that.
The Oakland A's are back at it again, and I couldn't be more excited. Billy Bean's got it going on. What? I'm fine. I'm moving on. We got to get the show going.
I always compliment you on your segues. That was one for the books.
Yeah, Oakland A's are killing it. As of like last week, they have won, it's something like 43 out of 58. They are on a tear. They are a game and a half back from the Stros, the World Series champs. It's unbelievable.
I've also been brushing up on my baseball, and I just want to let you guys know that I know that the Stros are from Houston.
The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? I actually did research on hockey, done none on baseball. You should be paying attention to this story.
No!
Oakland is in contention for the wild card. They're in
We're getting too close to
contention.
hockey season. I have to mentally prepare for it. I can't just, wake up one day and it's October and hockey starts.
I told you before, you never fucking listen, but baseball, the postseason this year, is going to be insane. And if Oakland is in it and can fight their way into the postseason, because it's most likely put them in the wild card game against the Yankees, which is a winner-take-all.
What's that movie about them?
Moneyball,
Okay.
which is so fucking good.
It is really good.
And what they're doing right now is really good. It's got me very hot.
And bothered.
I put my hand below the desk.
Get it out of there!
Sorry. Oakland, you got me
Visit
going on.
Miami.
You're the only damn thing I like about that city. All right. What else? What's got you hot? What's got you bothered?
What's got me hot?
Don't say that and look at me like that.
Let's
What?
feel something steaming.
This is a hot and a bothered for me.
What is
this
it?
is both a hot and a bothered for me. Show me the picture. Baker Mayfield.
Oh!
And a tiger. Do not tell me, I don't care what you are, don't tell me that doesn't turn you on as a human being at some level. Whether it is believe that's a Royce or a Bentley, doesn't matter. That car costs more than my entire life. There's a tiger squinting in the distance. Baker Mayfield shirtless by a warehouse. That is all sorts of hot right there. Is there a reason you're on your phone? Is this not entertaining to you?
Sorry, I'm just trying to shoot my shot again.
Oh my gosh. Mia, you already did it once. He's got
Again.
He's got a girlfriend. He's not going to go for it. But you know what? I don't blame you for shooting your shot. Actually, I was going to ask you if you can help me shoot mine.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
way.
You want me to draft the tweet for you?
Just put us together in a DM. And like I say, Baker, you're a cool guy. I like you. From Austin. You're younger than me, but you're more of a man. And this picture proves it. I want to be friends. This lets me know that the Browns are going to do something special this year. Because every week of Hard Knocks is getting better and better. And this could, depending upon what happens, wrap up one of the better Hard Knocks. Hugh Jackson, who I never thought that highly of, just from a coaching standpoint, he has me wanting to run through a brick wall.
Oh my God.
I fucking love this guy.
All right, give me your record now for the Browns.
Last episode, if you watched it, they got guys that used to be on the Cowboys talking about there's something about this team that feels like they're about to go on a run. They have a lot of veterans in there. Like, there's something so different about this Cleveland team. They have an edge to them. So do you see what they did at Philadelphia? They beat them 5-0. That defense was stout. I know it's preseason football.
I like scores like
You never
that.
get hyped on preseason football. But for a team that went 0-16 last year, they need something.
They do.
They have something. They have this.
That big dick energy.
Like, usually you would make fun of this.
No.
Like, coming from a Browns athlete. Like, if it was a Browns...
No. Honestly, this is a very well executed, shot. Like, this is a good shot. You wouldn't make fun of this unless it was someone lame, like fucking.
No,
I don't
he
know.
pulls it off.
Yeah.
Baker pulls it. He's got it. Baker looks really good. He's not Johnny. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not the rest of the guys. He fits.
Baker looks good doing things that most white guys would get made fun of for doing, like dancing.
Yeah, he can. He's
Or
an amazing.
posing on a Rolls Royce with a tiger with a bandana on his
Or
head.
shooting you down, which was
Oh my God, it was
hilarious
fantastic.
on a national scale.
It was fantastic.
Because I liked you before, but when you did that, I was like, bitch, what are you doing? Stay away from my boy. My
Oh!
boy Baker.
Oh, you want to throw hands?
I
Hold
was,
my hands.
I was like, don't distract him. He needs to focus. It's the only time in my life I've ever rooted for the Steelers.
I was about to say.
I love this kid, but there's something going on up there. Hugh Jackson, though, if you've seen the story, like he lost his mother and his brother, and just watching him go through what he did, and like, oh man, the way I'm getting hot right now. I'm gonna need to cool it down. I need to cool it down. So I'm getting way too hot, and I'm gonna ratchet it up a little bit. Serena Williams.
Oh my God.
This is such a non-story. She's already cleared it up with the French Open, but the
Wait,
president.
I don't know about the part where she cleared up.
President of the French Open said that she can no longer wear the cat suit that she did the last time because it's not up to snuff with what the French would want to do. It's not up to snuff with the French and what they approve as appropriate clothing for their little tournament. It's ridiculous. I love it and I hate it because I just love all of this stuff. But for sports like tennis that could use more eyeballs, let her do what she wants to do. She's the queen of the sport.
Yeah.
She's literally Beyonce.
I just like Nike's reaction.
That was the best part.
Oh, yeah.
Can we put that up?
Yeah. You can take the superhero out of her costume, but you can never take away her superpowers.
So badass.
Yeah, it is.
I love Nike so much.
Yeah.
I love everything they do.
That was a great response.
And everything that, when they do stuff like this, it makes me forget about all the children they enslave in China to make their products.
Do you want to pay more for Nike gear? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't.
All right, then
I
let
don't.
the children do their thing.
I'm letting the children do their thing. Well, they don't
Also,
really have
buy
a choice.
Under Armour.
Fuck Under Armour. I am sorry. There
We're
are
not
two.
getting into this
You
right
want to
now.
get bothered? Did I bother you with that
Oh my
little comment?
God.
I'm sorry. This is a Nike nation.
No, it is not.
Get bent,
I
helmet.
will wear nothing but Under Armour for the rest of the fucking season if you say one more thing.
Let's start. I want to. We are going to do a Twitter poll for this. Are you a Nike person or Under Armour? And for all you Adidas people, get the fuck out of here. The World Cup just ended. We don't care.
No, Adidas sucks.
Okay.
It's Under Armour versus Nike.
There is no discussion. Now, if you look across
I was
the
making
world,
sure I wasn't wearing Adidas.
If you look across the world, Adidas is gigantic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of soccer.
Here in this country, it is Nike number one.
It is Under Armour.
Under Armour, a far, far distant number two. Okay? Nike is where it's at. I'm sorry. Does Under Armour have its own football team? Because Nike does. Have you seen Oregon's facilities? They conjured
The Maryland Terrapins.
They conjured a winning football program out of nothing but just pure cash injection into a university. Again, my hotness, I'm glad there's a desk right here.
You know what? I will give you this. When it comes to Nike, you know what I'm hot on? Every year they come out with the sneakers for the teams. And every year I fall into it and buy one. I have like 4 pairs of Florida State sneakers.
I'm not a sneakerhead, and I'm not
either.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not dumb, so I don't waste my money on stupid shit like
They
that.
look
All
so
right.
cool. The designs are awesome. Did you see the UT ones?
No, I don't care about that. We're going to talk about that here in a second. You know what?
But if we wore
why don't we
matching ones,
just
that would be so awesome.
Why don't we just talk about it right now? I'm not going to wear UT on my feet, okay? That's probably where they belong because they're garbage right now, and we're going to get into that in a second. Week 0, as we like to call it now in college football, happened this past weekend, but college football starts this week. Mia, it's finally back. Takes forever. I'm so happy that it's back, and it's off to its fuckery. That's my favorite part about
Is
college
it the
football.
longest, like, off season?
I don't know.
Which sport has the longest off season?
That is a great question. I would assume football because, at
yeah.
least for college football, it
No.
ends in January.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
and it starts in September.
Probably
Yeah.
the longest drought as far as American sports go.
Yeah.
I can't speak to cricket or hurling or whatever the hell else. All right, so college football, back, ready to go. Let's dive into it. We're not going to do the whole predictions thing, though,
No.
for the season.
We've done that enough on the show.
Everybody does that, and I get it, and it's a lot of fun. It's cool, okay? But you've heard enough of it, and
Everyone's
I
doing that
actually
now.
want to break down the season when it starts. I very much fall into the game. I used to be that kid that was all about the rankings, all about the predictions, because they're fun. Like when it comes to, you know, who's going to be the national champion, who's going to be the Heisman, who's winning the conference, everything else like that. The predictions that I like, though, are the off-the-wall insane, what the fuck are you talking about predictions? Those are the best. So we're going to make those.
All right.
That's what this show is for.
Let's do it.
Because we are not the experts, but we're going to throw some shit against the wall and see if it sticks. Like this man right here. To get college football started, let us start off with some fuckery. Robert Smith, take it away.
Them horns, baby. Them horns. Texas making it in the playoffs. That's some blue bloods in the playoff right there.
And scene. God, that is the way to start it right there.
Oh.
Texas is back, folks. Robert Smith, analyst for Fox Sports, just said Texas is back.
Wow.
That is some of the dumbest shit I've seen in years. You are high as a fucking kite, Robert. Bob, that's dumb. Bob, what would you say you do here? Because that's what's going on in this fuckery right now. But this is the stuff I love. It's so much better than just saying Alabama, Clemson, Ohio
Well,
State.
they're all in there.
And Georgia most likely are going to the playoffs. Like, no.
This is okay. So this is what I have on in the background when I'm like in the kitchen doing dishes.
Mm-hmm.
If I had heard him live say Texas, I would have dropped the dish and walked right over to my TV, put my little rag over my shoulder, and went, "Well, I'll I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
I would have done a Kaiser Sose.
He done lost his mind.
Is that your continue with the country? For the rest of the show, you have to speak in an accent like that.
That boy done lost his mind. Billy, come on in here. Look what he just said on the television.
Good Lord, that's better than your Boston accent.
My what?
Don't even try it again. You're gonna ruin this show. No, I would have done like the Kaiser Sose, like when the police detective figures it out that it's him and he drops a coffee mug. Usual Suspects. You ever seen that movie? Usual Suspects.
Have I
Usual
seen it?
Suspects.
Yeah.
These guys. Not so much this guy.
No.
These are smart picks. This is dumb.
Sleeper cell.
Stupid.
Saving terms,
pick.
I will understand. Sleeper
Yeah, but this is the good stuff. So I figured we could kind of break it down because, hey, here's an official prediction. Alabama's going to be good, okay? We're not going to do that type of show. I want to do some fun crystal ball predictions about what's going to happen, all right? So I got a few, but I wanted to see where you would go as far as what do you think is going to happen. And for all of you watching this
Miss
program.
Cleo!
Yes, you can be Miss Cleo. You have to speak in that accent. Please don't. Shut up hold on. Fans, if you want to get in on, don't cry. Listen, if you want to get in on this conversation, seriously don't. I don't have the makeup guy. He left. We ran out of money, so he's gone.
Okay.
We want you to get involved as well. Give us some of your crazy predictions as far as what's going to happen in college football this year. Perk up. There we go. Yes, slouching will do no favors for your breasts. All right. Crystal ball predictions. Mia, take it away. What do you got?
I think that I actually don't know what Miss Cleo sounds like, so I can't do the accent.
Well, she's dead, but that's fine.
Wait, she was a real person?
Yeah,
I thought she was from the movie Big. All right. I deserve this.
What you have just said may have been the dumbest thing I've heard come out of your mouth.
Really?
And I've heard some really stupid things come out of your mouth. Jesus. I can't even come up with a good insult because you made me brain dead. You ruined my brain just now.
Well.
Wow. That just knocked me cold.
Do I need to apologize
No, I gotta get out a prediction of my own, all right? Here's one that'll be fun, and we're gonna talk about this guy later on in the show. Urban Meyer suspension. Urban Meyer suspension will come into play at the end of the season when the playoff committee is deciding what to do with a one-loss Ohio State, their one loss being to TCU when Urban Meyer was suspended. He got suspended, and this is a story we'll get into later, but he got suspended for 3 games to start the season. TCU is that 3rd game. That's one of my predictions.
That's a good prediction.
I think that's actually going to happen.
That's a good prediction.
TCU's going to be good. Gary Patterson's a great coach, could take advantage of that situation.
This is going to turn into such a circle jerk on ESPN.
It doesn't matter who's on the sideline for filling in for Urban. Gary Patterson will outcoach them. TCU will have a chance. That is a guarantee.
Yeah.
How much is that going to piss off America if that happens?
Oh, my God.
And watch Ohio State go to the playoffs. Watch them win the national championship. That's not a crystal ball prediction. All right, what do you got?
I got Miami is going to the playoffs.
Oh, my gosh.
I believe in the fucking Hurricanes, and you know how much I hate the Hurricanes.
I know how much you hate the Hurricanes. Remember when you said that really stupid thing about Miss Cleo a while back? This might be dumber than that.
Oh, come on.
There's no way Miami is.
I'm high on the Hurricanes.
You should not be high on the Hurricanes. They're a top 10 team. However, statistically, top 10 teams, at least I believe it's like the past 7 years, at least one of them has finished unranked at the end of the season. And if you go look at the top 10,
man, that defense is no
which
joke.
is Alabama, which is Clemson, which is Ohio State, which
They're
is
like the silent
Penn State, which
killers.
is Wisconsin, and Oklahoma. No. Out of all the teams in the top 10 that have a chance to finish unranked, your Hurricanes apparently.
Don't call them my Hurricanes. Listen.
Calling them your Hurricanes
I
now.
was already
you're picking them
hesitant about saying this on camera and having it recorded.
on national TV.
On national YouTube.
No. Out of any of the teams in the top 10, find me another team, audience. Find me another team that will finish the season unranked. The only other team in the top 10 that could possibly
I think they will finish
unranked,
unranked if they have like an injury plague.
it would be Miami or Auburn that would finish outside the top 25.
Well, here's hoping for Auburn. The ACC needs a little more representation than just by Clemson.
That's true,
And
but
it's definitely not coming from Florida State.
It's not coming from Florida State, no. I don't know what's going to be going on in the ACC this year. It's called Just Give Clemson the Trophy. Can you just give it to them? Because I want somebody to take a shot at Bama and knock them off their mantle. We need Dabo in there.
I actually rewatched that game last night.
You got to quit watching class. You got to quit watching classic games.
Why? It's way better than the present.
I will not. No, you are living in the past, woman.
I know.
You got to stop. College football's here. I expect you to come to the show having watched.
It was on at like 11 p.m.
Why were you not watching Sinners? That's the perfect time.
Because I had already finished it.
Jesus Christ.
And
So those two teams, in my opinion, like if they have a chance to finish outside the top 25. Auburn simply just because their schedule is brutal. They play road games at Georgia and Alabama. That sucks. They play at Starkville, which we talked about last week, which, by the way, I've been talking to people online about maybe going to that game, and
I told you, you got to stop doing that.
I got a few favors. Why do I have to stop doing that? I want to go.
Online.
I want to go to that game, yeah. I would like to go to one of the Mississippi State games.
Okay, if any of them offered to, you know,
Oh,
take you up in an inconspicuous van.
Well, I don't know how the fuck you get to Starkville. I looked at a map. Mississippi is hard to get into. It's one of those states. You got to fly into another state to get into the state.
No, I know this from experience. I tried to go to an EMCC game, like a year and a half. The East Mississippi Community College.
Oh, Last Chance U?
Yeah, Last Chance U.
Yeah, okay.
I tried to go to one of their games, and it would have taken 8 hours to get there because the airports are just, no one flies there direct.
No.
You have to drive 2 hours in either direction because it's so spread out and like there's.
It is very spread out. Mississippi's a very odd state. I've flown to, I believe I flew into Memphis to drive to Oxford. I went to an Ole Miss game.
Told me that before.
Texas played Ole Miss, like I believe it was like 2013, 2012. Awesome time. The Grove is so fucking cool if you're white. And it was a great time because I am white. But I had a flight, you fly into, I think it was Memphis, and then we drove like 2.5 hours to Oxford, which is in the middle of nowhere, which is really, it's a cool place.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you got? Crystal ball. Oh, wait, that was your crystal ball.
Yeah.
Shut up. Listen, I'm going to do mine now. Feisty today. I'm hot and bothered. Baker's got my little...
Hands where I can see them when you're talking about him.
Oh, man. If these hands could talk. All right. Herm Edwards. Super excited that he's back in college football. We talked about this. I told you it was like so high. I can't believe he's back. Like I love him. He didn't even know at the press conference that they announced his hiring. He didn't even know what the mascot was. He didn't know that they were the Sun Devils. That is what I want in my college football coach. He is all about the X's and the O's. He doesn't give a shit about anything else. I think I'm a little bit too high on Arizona State this year as far as Herm Edwards being entertaining for me. Like, I don't know if he's going to be that entertaining.
I think they're going to try and, like, reel him in and put a leash on him.
Well, like, my goal for them is to lose every game so that way he can be entertaining because his press conferences will be
when he's mad, he is
dynamite.
Like, yeah.
Now, Herm Edwards is a great guy, and if you ever listen to him give advice to young men, young NFL players.
Yeah, when he's mic'd up for the Under Armour game.
It's amazing. It's great. Fuck Under Armour. Herm Edwards, though, press conferences talking about football when he's coaching, they're all time. They're great. I don't think he's going to be the thing to watch in Arizona, though. I actually think it's going to be Kevin Sumlin and Khalil Tate over at Arizona. That's the team in the state to watch. Khalil Tate is like, he's a poor man's Vic Young, Tebow, Manziel. He could be the most electric player in college football this year. He has that capability. And Kevin Sumlin, for all of his faults as a head coach, knows his offense. So they could be really exciting to watch. Too high on Herm Edwards. I don't think I'm high enough on Arizona. What else you got?
Alabama not winning the national championship?
That was on mine as well.
I know.
Oh, my God. So we're thinking the same thing.
I don't think they're going to win either.
I don't think they're going to win either, simply from the fact that...
You said it earlier, and I know you were joking, but I think it's going to be Ohio State.
I
know.
It could be. I think J.K.
Did the mic catch that? I think it's going to be Ohio State.
I think when it's said and done, I think J.K. Dobbins at Ohio State might be a bigger household name than the Bryce Loves or the Jonathan Taylors, which are going to be Heisman finalists.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas are going to be Heisman finalists, in my opinion. But with questions at Ohio State for the quarterback, they have an amazing run game. Because Alabama has not figured it out at quarterback.
Do they? Okay. Do they ever need a quarterback
No,
though?
they never need a quarterback. They don't.
It's
this
defense on that.
This feels different though. This feels like this could hinder them in a big way, because this is drama. Nick Saban's teams are rarely filled with drama. And
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa
Yeah.
has not necessarily proven that he can do it. Yes, he falls into the camp for me that did he win Alabama the national championship? Yes. You can say that the same way you could say Cardell Jones won the national championship for Ohio State. It doesn't mean
He
that
didn't carry that team.
Yeah, there's a reason why Jalen Hurts was the starter. Jalen Hurts is one of the winningest college quarterbacks in college football, if not the winningest quarterback in college football. He has to be, I believe.
I look at him the same way as I look at Sidney Crosby, though. It's the team around him that got him those accolades.
I do not disagree at all. It has never been about a quarterback. We've talked about it before. The quarterbacks at Alabama do not win national championships for them.
Do they translate well into the NFL?
No, they suck ass and become shitty announcers.
They're system quarterbacks. You can plug anyone. You could plug you in there.
You absolutely could.
With your stoutness.
Hey, I could dice it. I'd throw more like my boy Baker.
Hands where I can see them.
Oh man, does it not feel different though this year with there being drama in Tuscaloosa? It's just it's an odd get, because for the same reasons that you're saying quarterback doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, Jalen Hurts is my guy. Jalen Hurts is the experienced one. Jalen Hurts has been my guy if I'm Nick Saban. And throwing in Tua in the national championship game, it proved to be a genius move. Imagine if they don't win that game. What do you do?
That's exactly what everyone said. Either big ball move or stupidest move that's going to haunt him forever.
It's one of those things. It's Pete Carroll in the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Exactly.
It's Pete Carroll against Texas.
Yeah.
When he's playing at USC. It's everything Belichick's ever. You're a genius if it works. You're if you're moron if it doesn't. So it's hard to say. This feels so different though with this Alabama team. Having said all of that shit, they're absolutely winning the national championship again and going wire to wire. God damn it. My crystal ball though. We're gonna stick with crystal ball. They're not winning it. All right.
What else? What else you got?
This is my last one for crystal ball prediction. Jim Harbaugh is going to get fired this year.
What?
Jim Harbaugh is going to get fired.
No, I heard you. What is wrong with you? Why would you say that?
I want him to get fired. I'm tired of his stick.
I want him to go to Florida State then.
It was all about Jim. It was all about Jimmy and the khaki pants and all the trips and all the shit talk and chugging milk and all that.
And the coconuts.
Here's what's not cool, not beating Ohio State.
Yeah.
Here's what's not cool, not beating Michigan State, okay? He has underperformed woefully at Michigan. And for a guy with such a coaching pedigree and with the money that Ann Arbor has, there isn't really an excuse. You have to beat your rival. You have to. For schools like that, and people would say, well, Tyler, there's 11 other games. Yes, there are 11 other games.
Not
there's more at stake. It is such a big deal because
rivalry weekend is the only weekend that really matters.
There's a few rivalries in this country that when that one team is winning it, not only are you losing to them, but they usually take control of the conference, and more importantly, they take control of recruiting. Look no further than Oklahoma and Texas. Look no further than USC and UCLA. This is what happens. If you are Michigan, you cannot tell me that you are satisfied with not beating Ohio State. You cannot tell me that you cannot be satisfied with all this talent that you have on the defensive side of the ball. You can't find a fucking quarterback to save your life. Harbaugh, you're gone. Khakis are gone because you're losing.
Don't you point your pen at Harbaugh?
Let me tell you what Michigan has to do this year. And it might not be Jim's fault because this year it's pretty sick. They play, this is bad. They play Wisconsin, Michigan State, and Penn State back to back. Oof.
Yeah, that's
That
tough.
is a tough stretch. Obviously, they finished off the season against Ohio State. That's not going to be easy either. And I believe they are at the Horseshoe.
Oh, that sucks.
So right there, that just changes it. Horseshoe is one of those stadiums that absolutely is a game-changer stadium in college football.
It's the fans.
Jimmy's gone. Also, crystal ball, this is a twofer.
Get your fingers out of my face.
I know a guy who's been hanging out. I actually talked to this guy recently, and I know what's going on. I'm not saying I know what's going on. We did not talk about this. This is not part of this conversation. Les Miles is going to go take that job. Les Miles, our boy,
Oh my God.
he's keeping the yellow. He's keeping the yellow, but he's going to go get that blue. He's going to go get that blue.
So they're replacing.
Now, don't tell me you wouldn't want that. College football fans, come at me. Don't tell me you wouldn't want Les Miles to be your man at Michigan. Would that not be awesome? A college football world without Les Miles is not a world I want to live in.
It's just lackluster.
We've been living in it. Don't tell me that guy isn't going to get a phone call.
Oh my God.
They wanted him before. Herb Street was all about it.
I rallied so hard for him to get a phone call when Jimbo left.
Well, guess what? Who else are you going to go get? You need a Les Miles at Michigan. That guy has some magic in his back pocket, an array of sunshine up his ass. He could take down an Ohio State. He knows how. That guy somehow knows how to win national championships. We're going to be doing fake field goals. We're eating grass up there. I guarantee you he would actually bring out a live fucking Wolverine under his arm onto the field every game. Les Miles, we need you back in college football,
Please
and
come
we
back.
need you back in Michigan. All right, before we get out of here, I want to make some game predictions. It's something we used to do on the old Sports Ball. I thought this could be a little fun. We'll talk about a few big games coming up this weekend, and we'll
Is this
make our
like
predictions.
one of those times when you try and get your girlfriend to do something your old girlfriend used to do to you? And then she does it reluctantly, and then it turns into a fight a week later?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Well.
you're going to fucking do it, though. All right. So, we could talk about Ohio State before we get out of here. We could talk about Urban Meyer getting suspended for 3 games. We could talk about Gene Smith knowing what happened because Urban told him. We could talk about the disgusting, deplorable investigation and the decision that Ohio State and their Board of Regents came up with to suspend Urban for 3 games. There's no reason to talk about
That's all
that.
it was.
No reason to talk about Urban Meyer. Or we could talk about Urban Meyer's bad memory. I just want to play one thing. I want to play one thing. Urban did apologize to Courtney Smith. Let's see how sincere the apology was.
What message do you have for Courtney Smith?
Well, I have a message for everyone involved in this. I'm sorry that we're in this situation. And
That's all he said. What a fucking prick. Fuck you, Urban Meyer. Fuck your fucking family. Fuck that entire athletic department. You guys are just the worst people. Let's not forget, Jim Tressel fired for covering up Tattoogate. Terrell Pryor, what was it? Jim Tressel fired for that. We have college football players that get suspended, fined for giving their autographs. This man served 3 games for covering up domestic abuse. Can we give a round of applause to Ohio State? Excellent job. Excellent job. Fuck your school. Hope you lose every game. I wish them nothing but the worst for that entire athletic department. Let's not forget you're still dealing with a fucking sexual abuse scandal with your wrestling coach. Fuck it. I don't want to talk about Ohio State anymore. That's it. I'm done with you. I'm fucking done with you. You piece of shit. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We should also ask our fans, we need to come up with another name for Ohio State because I don't want to utter I don't want to utter those words the rest of the season. We need to come up with a different name for that school. So we'll have our audience help us out with that.
Suggestions for the branding.
All right, let's get these game predictions before we get out of here. All right, I'm going to give you these games quick. We're going to get the college football music fired up. I just want you to tell me real quick who we got.
I want people to hear it. Don't make it just in post.
Picked out a few games. I didn't pick out all the games. Here's the deal, folks. Your football team this weekend doesn't really matter. These games do. All right, the 2018 national champions are starting off this season.
Oh, my God.
We got number 21, UCF, taking on UConn. Spread is 20.5 right now. What do we like in this one?
I'm taking. Oh my God, that is so big.
I think UCF wins this game by 60 fucking points.
Are you crazy?
Oh, yeah, baby. I think they go ham. National champs are going to get started off with a bang.
All right.
Let's go Knights. You like that? We
All
got
right,
Knights
I'll
in
take
there. All right, we're picking the Knights. Here, I'll write for both of us.
No.
I'll write for both
I don't like your
of us.
handwriting.
Shut up. All right, we got the Knights. All right, moving on to the next one. Oregon State versus number 5, Ohio State. God, I don't want to say that name. Spread on this one, 38. Ohio State's favor. Who do we like in this one?
I'm taking the under.
I think it'll be definitely a distracting game to start off.
Exactly.
But again, J.K. Dobbins. He's going to have a career day. Obviously, Ohio State.
38 is a lot.
Ohio State, big on that one. Next one, number 23, Texas, way too high in the rankings, taking on Maryland, a school that also
I'm taking Texas.
suck ass. I'm taking Texas. Texas, the spread is 10.5. I don't know.
I thought we were just picking straight up.
No, I know, but we're going to discuss the games. We're going to discuss the games.
All right.
I don't know how Texas is going to score points this year.
I think it's going to be a close game.
I
don't think that they're going to cover, but I think Texas is going to win.
I don't know if they cover.
I don't think they're going to cover.
Honestly, think if Texas wins it by a field goal.
Yeah. That's a good prediction.
Yeah, I think obviously we're taking the horns right there, and they better fucking win. Texas has an obligation to college football because it goes two ways this year. It's called beat Ohio State and beat Maryland.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, I'm rooting for you. When you play that school, I hope you kick the shit out of them. All right. Not because it's the players' fault. Unfortunately for the players on Maryland's team, it's not your fault at all. In fact, you're the ones getting hurt. But just for the sake of that school,
just to teach the program a lesson,
just
not
teach
to
program
punish
a
the
lesson,
kids.
not to punish the kids. Hope you lose every fucking game. Number 6, Washington taking on number 9, Auburn, down in New Orleans at the Superdome. Spread is 3.5 for this one. This is going to be probably the biggest game of the weekend. You're going to learn a lot about both of these teams. Is Washington for real? Are they going to be able to contend in a very, very loaded Pac-12 North? Is Auburn going to be the real deal this year?
I'm taking Washington and then some.
You're taking Washington and then some?
Yeah. Like
all right.
5.5.
Okay, we'll see. So you're predicting that Auburn is not as good as people are thinking, and they might.
I'm just thinking Washington comes out the gates swinging.
Okay. I can get behind that, except that I can't, and I think Auburn big in this one, honestly. I think there's a better football team. I think Washington is yet to prove that they can roll with the big boys. I love Chris Peterson, too. You do that every show. I don't think they can roll with the big boys yet. I'm picking Auburn in this one. All right, so you got Washington.
Yeah, I'm going heavy Washington.
All right, and I got Auburn in this one. All right. This one, Michigan taking on Notre Dame. Number 14 versus number 12.
You got to beat Notre Dame.
Spread on this one is tight.
You got to beat Notre Dame.
Michigan, 1.5.
Yeah. You got to beat them by more than that.
The only reason, and I say the only reason to watch this football game, because it is going to be hot fucking garbage, is the coach reactions from Brian Kelly and Jim Harbaugh. Because they're the two best guys to watch just blow up on the sidelines for no reason. I don't care. This is one of those games I hope you both lose. Fuck you both. However, Notre Dame has really nice fans. They have a really nice campus. Their grass is so fucking green, and that grotto thing is so cool. It's actually, you know what? Go Notre Dame. They're great people.
I'm going Michigan.
And they jump in the Jesus pool.
Stop.
It's cool. What? Stop. Stop. Shut up. All right, this one, here we go. Moving on to the big game. You're high on this team right here.
I'm high on Miami.
This is on Sunday. Number 8, Miami.
Yeah.
Taking on number 25, LSU. Coach O's Tigers at Jerry World. Spurs set at 2.5 for Miami. Obviously, you're going with the U on this one. And so am I, because I love LSU, obviously. Coach O is going to be a disaster for the Tigers
I love
year.
Orgeron.
You know, and I love him too. He is a player's coach, but he is not a head coach, like we talk about with Willie Taggart.
No. It's different. Coach O has, when he walks into a room, he demands respect. When he opens his mouth, he demands respect. Willie Taggart, not so much.
On the field, Coach O is not a good coach. That's what matters. That's it.
Don't compare them, though.
No, I can compare them. It's not going to work out for either one of them. Coach O is a great recruiter. He is a great coach to have, but he is not a head coach.
Staff, yeah.
He is not a head coach, just like I don't think Willie Taggart's a head coach.
See, I don't even feel like Willie Taggart's a good assistant coach.
I don't know. We'll see. But LSU, I don't like LSU in this one. I like Miami. I think it is going to be a tight game. I don't think Miami's going to be blowing LSU out of the water. You always expect the Tigers to come with a stout defense. Neutral side, LSU is going to be heavy favorites there. Miami, your fan base sucks.
They don't travel.
You don't travel.
None of the fans at the Miami games are Miami alums. It's just the people who live in Hialeah who get everything from like the discount rack.
There's nothing wrong with people getting things from the discount rack.
From a gas station. No. You see anybody walking down the street in Miami, wearing Miami gear, none of them went to fucking Miami.
Man, throwing some shade at Miamians.
Miami fans and
Miamians.
Miamians. God, Miami fucking sucks. I hate that city.
I'm not a fan of that city.
I live there. I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, I've worked there before, so I'm allowed to.
It's
whatever.
Terrible.
And
The
Dolphins,
people who live there are terrible.
Also, the 72 Dolphins can suck a butthole. Don't care about your undefeated team. You would get smashed by every modern-day team.
They would get smashed by Alabama.
All right, in the last game, of course, we finish off with you, and this is actually the last game on Sunday. So we're wrapping up the first weekend of college football with your team, Mia. We have number 20 VTech taking on number 19 Florida State. They like you, Vegas does, set 6.5 for this game.
Which is dumb. You are dumb, Las Vegas. That is way too fucking high, and we're gonna lose that game.
All right, so you're thinking you're going to lose. I actually think you're not giving Willie Taggart enough credit.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I am. I actually think he's going to be okay at Florida State. I think he's going to be a middle-of-the-road coach.
No.
This whole time I've just been like,
I am not happy with him.
And now I'm coming in hot.
Man, I thought we were going to hate him together.
No, we're
Who
not.
are we going to hate him with now? No one else knows who he is.
You can live on that hate island by yourself. You can live on dumbass island. I'm going to stand here on like common sense island.
An idiot.
I'm going with Florida State. I think the spread's about right for that one. I don't think. Again, we're just going to have to see what they do.
No, I'm not excited.
DeAndre Francois is one of those guys that could be something special. He could be. Maybe. What was his freshman year? He kind of went away quick. He's not good.
He got in trouble for drugs.
I don't know if I like my pick, but whatever.
I don't like your pick. Your pick sucks. That's stupid.
All right, Mia, that's going to do it for the show, but before we get out of here.
The fuck does that mean? Thus begins the fall. Continual fall of Florida State.
I put that in there for you.
Fucking hate you.
Yeah. All right, before we get out, we have some business to attend to. Obviously, hit us up on Twitter today. We want to know what are your crystal ball predictions for the college football season. Hit us up with a name that we can find for Ohio State instead of Ohio State. Let us know if anything's got you hot and bothered. Baker Mayfield definitely has.
I'm just going to start tweeting pictures of Alex Skarsgård.
Oof, man. Also, I had a lot of fun. I got to visit Kind of Funny and Funhouse, our friends in the Rooster Teeth family. Got to do a few podcasts with them. Had a blast. It was so much fun. If you want to check out those videos, they're going to be in the YouTube description below. And I think that's pretty much it for what we need to tell people. More stuff is going to be coming out with college football. We have a few things we're excited to announce coming up shortly when the season gets going. And this has been a really fun episode. But we do have to talk about something serious right now. If anybody's wondering, these two pictures up on the sports ball set are here for a reason. If you're not familiar with the faces, you're certainly familiar with what happened this Sunday in Jacksonville. And it's one of those things that needs to be talked about. And for me, there's a reason why I need to talk about it. I figured for this, because this one is a little near and dear to my heart, that I do kind of a Dale Hansen thing. I don't expect you to know who Dale Hansen is, or most of our viewers, but Dale Hansen is definitely something, certainly somebody you guys should look into for inspiration, to let you know that there are still good people out there, and there's people out there that have a good voice and they're trying to get it out. It's kind of like Mr. Rogers said, go find the people that are helping. They're always out there. So I figured if you could give me a moment, Mia, I was going to kind of address our audience, because I definitely want to talk about this situation. I'm sitting here this morning with a mix of emotions. Many of you have come to expect my occasional rants, but I hope today you listen to what I'm about to say and understand that this is a plea, not a rant. I sit in shock, and I am both sad and furious. But most of all, I'm searching for an answer. A shooting at a Madden football tournament in Jacksonville left 2 innocent people dead, with almost a dozen more injured, stunning the gaming community and inevitably firing up once again the conversation about gun control in this country that has become old hat. It's becoming as American as apple pie and baseball. However, it's not a pastime. It's become a present-day constant. It seemingly happens weekly, if not daily, and the frequency is rapidly turning Americans' anger into apathy. The shock and horror Americans feel, if at all anymore, when these massacres show up on our Twitter feeds fades away quickly, because we know tomorrow or next week or next month we will hear and see the same story. The one thing that won't change is Americans' opinion on the matter. Today, each of us will come locked and loaded to this gun control debate. Whether it's at work around the water cooler or from the comfort of our own homes, Americans across the country will be debating what to do, who to blame. People will blame video games. People will attack the NRA and Florida's Mark Rubio, who is probably still consoling the parents of the Parkland shooting. Congress will release statements and do nothing. Some of us will yell and scream until our faces turn blue, but my surefire bet is that all of us will have moved on to something else by week's end. No laws will be passed, no regulations discussed. Nothing will change. Why? Because it did not affect you. We as Americans will do nothing until it affects us directly. If you're not faced with racism on a daily basis, it's easy to distort the message of football players taking a knee during the national anthem. Until your daughter tells you she is gay and bullied, you probably hadn't studied civil rights for the LGBTQIA. No one really wants to talk about mental health or toxic masculinity, or in this case, gun control laws, because it doesn't affect you personally. I am equally as guilty. Empty opinions are so easy to have from the comfort of your unaffected life. But I am speaking about this today because today I am one of those people who has been personally affected. For the first time, I truly felt shock and horror because I spent my Sunday afternoon doing something I never imagined I'd ever do, calling former colleagues and friends to make sure they were alive. As a former Madden host and as someone who works in the gaming industry, yesterday was the first time the gun control debate affected me. Two of the victims killed in Jacksonville were two individuals that I personally knew and worked with. Multiple others who are lucky to be alive, those I consider to be good friends, were also at the event. And it's really hard when you are suddenly personally aware of the loss and pain and madness that comes from a senseless act, but the world keeps spinning with the same lame arguments and the same sad results as if no one is paying attention. You begin to wonder if the mental health problem is with all of us. I don't have the answers, just lots of questions. But they won't get answered until we all start understanding that none of us is immune to what just happened in Jacksonville. And nothing is going to change until we all care enough to participate in the process to affect change. Our greatest enemy in this country right now is apathy. Evil reigns when good people stand by and do nothing. So my plea today is to choose to make a difference with your vote and your voice. If you aren't registered to vote, go register to vote. And when it's time to vote, show up. As a citizen of this country, nothing matters more than being part of the solution. The path to solving this will be slow and fraught with pain and frustration, but it must be done. We do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. The man who said that would surely appreciate your time in making sure change happens. No more standing on the sidelines. Get informed, get involved. Make a difference for those who can't any longer. So in honor of Taylor Robinson and Eli Clayton, or as they would go by their Madden names, Spot Me Please and True Boy, may they rest in peace, and may the bereaved find peace as well in the future. That's going to be it for Sports Ball today. We'll see you next week.